Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
And Moses joins us on our desk with sports, and the third stop on the CPCA CGAP Pro Tour kicks off a day earlier than usual.
Yeah, Thursday, my friend, which means it's going to be 4 days of racing in Wainwright with plenty of cash on the line. That's good news for Jamie Labicane, who leads the way with 160 points. Now, Labicane won last weekend's show in Dewberry and is also the reigning Wainwright Show champion. Chris Molly looking to continue his hot start as well, as he won the North Battleford Show and has taken 5 of the 6 day monies in this season. Now, the standings can change drastically after this weekend, as the top 3 drivers are within 14 points of each other. The 4th place and 7th place drivers are just 3 points apart going into this weekend. The 4-day event will have a show champion as well as the Dash for Cash, valued at $20,000. The races get underway, and we'll have the latest from night 1 on late night. Now, after suffering their second loss of the season Sunday, the Vermilion Roar were back at it last night, taking on the Lakeland Heat in lacrosse action. Now, the last time these two teams met, the Roar edged the Heat 9-8, and this one was pretty close as well. Picking it up in the first, tied up at 1. Roar move in. It's going to be Matt Desjarolino with the nice goal there in the slot. 2-1 for the boys in blue. The Heat would respond a little bit later. Bray Howitt to Coben Broussard. He scores. We're tied up once again. Talk about a great individual effort coming up. Donovan Bebeau steps by the defender and snipes one upstairs. The Heat now have a 3-2 advantage. We'll move on to Dane Martin with the ball. He decides to do it all by himself. Open lane and rips it 5-hole. All of a sudden, that Heat lead cut to 1. Now, Martin with the ball again. He'll look to play setup man. He decides to take it himself, whips it 5-hole, and we're tied up at 5s. Bebeau making some great moves a little bit later, but yeah, the defense not liking it either, giving him a nice little check to the head, and a lot of the Heat players didn't like that as well. So we got a bit of a tussle. This one would go on for a little while, but everything would be okay. Cooler heads would prevail, and after the dust settled, the teams decided to play, and the Heat came out of this one on top, 11-10 the final. The Bowman brothers for the Roar out of the contest in this one, which was a tough loss for the Roar, making it 2 straight. Meanwhile, we're going to move on to some baseball now. The AA Prairie Pirates were in action, taking on the North Battlefield Beavers last night. The Pirates come out on top 5-3. Owen Shilley had 2 hits, and a ribby. Jaron Acker had 2 hits and scored 2 runs in the win. The Pirates now have a week off before they play the Macklin Lakers at home. Talking about baseball tonight, the NSRBL is in action, and we begin with the game in Lloydminster. The Border City Blue Jays look to make it 6 wins or 7 wins in a row and increase that 6-game win streak tonight when they host the Unity Cardinals. First pitch for tonight's contest is at 6:30. Elsewhere, the Mervyn Flyers are in Standard Hill to face the Lakers, and the Edam Blue Sox host the St. Walburg Reds. Now, judging school and sports is a tough gig, but many students find ways to do it. But for a pair of AAA Prairie Pirates, not only do they have several sports or play several sports, but they've also aced their studies all at the same time. Pitchers Clark Thomson and Kevin Petruk were given quite the honors as they were named valedictorians for their respective schools. Petruk attends Holy Rosary High School and finished with an average of 93%, while Thomson goes to Lloyd Comp and averaged a 97.4.
Pretty big honor and privilege at the same time. I mean, I think we've both worked pretty hard to maintain a high level of academic standing while playing sports, so to be recognized for that is it's a pretty big accomplishment.
It's definitely pretty difficult with all the sports going on, with all the practicing that we have to do like every day, and just being able to get the marks that we have, it's kind of been a blessing to be the valedictorian.
It's absolutely impressive. That goes on these guys. I think the parenting and coaching they probably got at younger ages, pushing academics and making sure that's a key. For me, I just show up and coach these guys, and really I see them at the end of their school year, so I'd have no idea, how well these guys are doing in school. If you look at those 2 guys out there, you wouldn't assume that, that they're both top marks in the class, but it's just really impressive. You never hear anything about it, and it just shows that they're hardworking kids and they're well-rounded individuals.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, beginning this fall, the Lloydminster Bandits will be going by a new name. sort of. Under a new 3-year contract with Classic Oilfield, the Junior B club will be known as the Classic Oilfield Bandits, making them the first club in the Northeast Alberta League to have a sponsor in the team name. Now, the move was made as a way to bring more community exposure.
We wanted to try something different a little bit this year in regards to bringing our team a little bit more noticeable to the community. Things that we do, there's lots going on from hockey every year for every team, and it's time for the Bandits to take a bigger step forward.
The name change presented today was also added by possible new look.
We've got one more year with these jerseys, and it'll be time to retire those, and I think next year we'll bring out a new logo, bring out a new jersey style. Colors will always stay the same with black, red, and white, but I think we will try and spruce it up a bit.